Hello and welcome back to the Ovid Lux server. I am Carricking R, and you might notice a few things different today. So first off, I made this cool custom skin, and it kind of fits the whole theme that I'm going to start establishing on the channel more. So you can see it there. I like it. Turned out really great. I used a website called needcoolshoes.com, and that really had a lot of options for making it. It was quite easy. I was happy with how it turned out. Now, another thing you might notice is that we are in a big hole here. Well, I've got a new project because it has been snowing out. I've got multiple inches of snow out, and it's going to continue snowing for the next week. So that means that all of my family is home all the time, and I can't really record very well. So I am clearing out this area here around this lovely little river biome that stretches out and around and over that way. And we're going to turn this into a drowned farm, and we're not in the Temple City area, but the Temple City is not too far away either. So if I can get taken off here. Yeah, there we go. See here, we're just right on the other side of the palace. So this isn't in the area that you've seen for the Temple City, but I plan to expand the Temple City up this way. The first step to this whole process is just going along and marking out the edge of where the river is. You can see I've done quite a bit of it, but I still have a lot to do. And to do this, what I'm doing is, if you look up here on the upper left corner, it says Biome Minecraft River. That says where I'm standing, what biome I'm standing in. So it's just a matter of walking forward and checking off to the side and seeing where the river is going. And then laying glass there and mapping it all out. So pretty slow and tedious, but it's a necessary first step. So I'm going to keep doing this and map out this whole biome, and then we'll start cutting this place all the way down to bedrock. So I'll catch up with you later. And welcome back to the server. I have managed to do a massive amount of work here. As you can see, we've got the border marked out for where the edge of the river biome is across this whole place. And I find it really interesting how it weaves around and goes straight. And a good portion of this was actually in the ground and not actually part of the river. And then here it just goes to like a single block wide, which is super weird. And it actually cuts into that hill farther. And over this area right here was just completely dry. So I'm going to knock that wall back by 2 more blocks and move the river over that way a little bit, because that'll give me more spawning spaces than the section of river over there. And then I'm also going to build up a wall on the inside of this thing. I'm thinking of doing it all with like black concrete, and then maybe putting in some like magic symbols in the wall containing the evilness of the drowned within this space. And while I was digging around, I ran into a natural oddity. Tell me that doesn't look like some sort of emoji face. I mean, it looks like some sort of weird derp face to me. I think it's pretty cool. I'm tempted to find a way of incorporating that into the wall and keeping it here. So, that'll be interesting in the future. And I seem to have gotten some sort of lighting glitch here. My character is completely dark. Ah, wrong one. Yeah. Weird. I should be in plenty of light, but my character is all dark. Alright, anyways. Yeah. Alright, so we are down to Y24. So that means we are most of the way down. I've got about 3 more levels to cut out. I've been cutting them out in slices of 7 high at a time, and then just whacking out the bottom here, and then just walking around and looking up while I'm watching TV or talking to the kids or something, and just cutting it all out that way. That seems to be the fastest way so far. But that's about 3 more of these layers, and for every layer that I've taken out of here, it's been about 4.5 double chests worth of stuff. So I've been using my fortune pickaxe a lot and using this as a great opportunity to refill my cobblestone supply. So that has been going great. And I've got a whole bunch of stone now too, because I only have a few fortune pickaxes. Alright, so I'm going to get back to work on this and finish it all up. Alright, and after much mining, this place is looking a bit hollow. So I have mined from sky down to mining out around the bedrock, get kind of this weird, interesting look here and covered in with black glass. I saw False Cemetery do this on a Hermitcraft episode, and it looked cool. I think it'll look better when all the sky is cut off so that it's all dark, and then I think it'll look much better. As it is right now, I'm so with how this actually turned out. Like, I could totally just throw down some slabs on top of this and be just as happy. Anyways, as you can see, I've been throwing out some black concrete powder for the walls, and all of this concrete powder is a full double chest. So as you can see, I have got a long ways to go to finish filling this wall in. So I just crafted up another double chest and a half, and I'm going to get to work on putting that out. Oh, and I've also been filling in the ceiling with slabs. You can see the whole river biome is mapped out right here, going down and around this way. So that's going to give us quite a few spawning spaces to work with. And yeah, really happy with that. Still need to finish filling in the wall the ceiling right there, and then put in the ice and turn that all into water source blocks across the top of there. And then that part will be done. And I still have to make the water catch basin down here somewhere and a big platform for the mobs to walk on so that they can all come over to the turtle egg that I'm going to put in the middle for a mob lure. Oh, well, my friend's logged on. I didn't even notice. Anyways, and then the whole little killing chamber. And it's just kind of fun to shoot at these bats. I've made an unintentional bat farm down here. Yeah, it's really hard to hit them. Anyways, I'm going to get back to working on this and catch up with you in a bit. There's another part to this project that is just as terrible as digging this big huge hole. There's all sorts of caves back here. You can see one there's another one over there, and then there's one right down here behind me. So I have to go through and light them all up, or mobs can just spawn in here instead of over at my farm where I want them to spawn. So I'm trying something new with this cave lighting, and instead of just like spamming torches everywhere on the floor, I am covering the ground in slabs. I'm also trying to like cut out the rough nature of the cave and kind of streamline it more. And then as I leave, I'm cutting out all the torches behind me. So you can see there's no torches through there, and there's this little side branch over this way that there's no torches in. And I'm hoping that by doing this, there'll be less little angles for the game to try and animate, and also less light for it to have to keep track of and try to calculate and animate out. Plus, slabbing the floors is 100% mob proof. Mobs just flat right cannot spawn in here. So I don't have to worry about making sure that the light is covering everything or that I've spammed enough torches everywhere. As it is though, back to filling in the walls. Alright, I am back with another update, and you can see we've got all the water in for the river biome now, and the whole roof is filled up except for some holes that I poked around the edge so that I could have light down there. And yeah, the whole thing is coming along well. It is taking a lot of time and way more work than I thought get back in the water. Way more work than I thought it was going to be, because this is just a way bigger project because I'm putting it down in a hole. So, as you can see here, we've got most of the walls filled in with the concrete powder. I'm gonna have to go get more sand and gravel because I've gone through my entire supply. This is 4 or 5 chests worth of black concrete powder now, and I've got less than a chest left to finish up around that emoticon face and filling above where these 4 caves are. There's another one on that wall that you can't see. And that will finish up the walls, yeah. I also need to go across and dump water buckets down the sides so that it turns all the concrete powder into concrete for me. And that'll save a lot of time on making this all concrete instead of trying to turn it all into concrete out in like a river or something and then place it all as concrete instead of concrete powder. It was just way faster to just do it as concrete powder. Now, you can see here we've got the dirt in holding the water back, and I put the water in so that I could have it all fall down and use that to map out the outside of the river biome. So that way there I could build the catch basin down there. So the stone slabs mark the outside of it, and inside is a whole bunch of little squares from this distance. Those are open fence gates. And what's going to happen is when I break that dirt out of there, the water's going to fall down, and the drowned will spawn in the water. It doesn't matter if it's falling or a source block, it'll still spawn in there. And then it's going to just slowly drift down, just like I'm doing in this little water elevator, until it falls right through these open fence gates onto this glass platform. And then they're going to see that there's a turtle egg that I'm going to put in this square right here. And they'll all run towards it so that they can try to jump on it and break it. Except they're going to be funneled in through this little 1x2 trough right here, which will have open trapdoors on it. And mobs can't tell if trapdoors are open or closed, so they're going to assume that it's closed and try to run over it. But instead, they'll fall down into this killing chamber that I haven't made yet, and be stuck waiting in here while I am standing down right here on this block, swinging a sword and killing them all. So that's how the farm is going to work. It's all really simple and basic concept, but it's so much work because I decided to put it in this hole. If I would have just built it up in the sky, this would have been done much, much quicker. But it wouldn't look nearly as cool. I think this place is going to look really cool when it's all done. I'm going to have this whole room be black, except the sky will be black because it's going to be so dark. Or the roof, not the sky. Right now I just have holes punched in it so I have lighting down here. And I torch spammed up the ground because there still isn't a whole lot of light. Especially with YouTube videos because they make everything so much darker in real life. Or how it looks on the computer. So I'm going to get that finished up and finish building this. And we'll be back. We're of course here in the drowned farm, and I've got all the water flowing down, and I've been doing a little bit of testing on it, and the spawn rates are just not thrilling me. And I thought it was the cave lighting at first that I still need to finish off. And then I realized I haven't actually covered up the top yet. So we're going to do that now. Fill in this river, or above this river, so that they have darkness to spawn in. And that should really help increase their spawning rates. So, on to the next tedious task. Alright, and this is one more tedious task complete. We just have a little bit of cosmetic work left to do, and some cave lighting, and maybe finding a better entrance. Oh, and I have a... Come on, let me in. I have a sleeping project I want to do. Alright, but here is the drowned farm. we've got all the water coming down, and looks like I drew the attention of a Trident wielder. So that's positive. That means we got a guy with a Trident in here. And see, he targets the egg after he stops looking at me, and they'll just run right in there for me. And then I can just step up right over here and give a couple swings, and they all die. And that looked like yet no Trident. I've killed like 15 or 20 of these Trident guys, and not one of them has dropped for me yet. It's very disappointing. Alright, well, I'm going to keep at it and see if we can get a couple. We're back, and the farm is all done behind me. I'm not terribly happy with the overall drop rates of it, but I've got more than enough Tridents to keep me going for a while, and that's the important thing. So, I've had to make a couple of changes, and I learned a lot while making the farm. Ilmango, in his video and earlier on in my video, was attacking from the end, and I was finding when I was doing that the guys with Tridents would shoot their Trident or throw their Tridents down at me and hit me, and that would cause the thorns on my armor to kill them instead of the looting of my sword, and that was really affecting my overall drop rates. So after I moved around to the side here, it actually almost doubled my drop rates for Tridents. And that, I've also just been having really bad luck with the random chance of the looting. And in the last hour, I have made almost as many Tridents as the 6 hours before it. So that has just been a huge oddity, but mathematically it happens. So if we go up top here, there's a couple of other things that I learned while making the farm. In Ilmango's video, he doesn't really talk about much of the details of making it. So this area right here, I built 2 blocks above the platform, and I should have made it 3 blocks up. And the reason for that is you have the egg right here. It has to have 2 blocks of open space above it, or the drowned will not attempt to go pathfind to it. So before I took out the fence gates here and put those trapdoors in the next block up, the drowned would just drop onto this platform and everyone would just hang out here and nothing would happen. They'd completely ignore the egg. But as soon as I made that change, they started going for the egg like crazy. Another thing is you might notice that there's no blocks right there, and that this side right here sticks out farther. Originally, both sides stuck out to the same side, or stuck out to the same width, and I was finding that the drowned would come up here at the same time, and they'd get stuck here, and neither one of them could get in. So that was messing with the overall productivity of the farm. And I found that once I took out this one right here, they would get in there every time and they would never get hung up. So that has really helped out a lot. Alright, let's take a look at the loot that I've gotten from this thing so far. So, tons of rotten flesh, a couple of fishing rods, those 2 shulker boxes there full of rotten flesh to take up to put in my villager trading area. And then I've picked up all this stuff. So this 87 diamonds here I got from cutting out the farm. And then these 2 tridents I got building the farm. One while I was out exploring looking for gravel, and the other one defending myself from the drowned while I was up in the farm. And then there's 11 more tridents I've gotten from the farm. The first 6 tridents took me 5 or 6 hours to get, and for some reason I was just having really bad luck with my looting. But in the last hour, I've picked up 5 more tridents. So that's why I think it's just bad random luck chance. I've also got over a stack of nautilus shells, over 4 stacks of drowned heads, which tells me that Sussuma Void's vanilla tweak for adding in mob heads was not calibrated for farming drowned. Or I would expect to have like 5 drowned heads and not 4 stacks. And I've got almost 3 stacks of gold, so that's a pretty nice little bonus, especially since I don't have a gold farm yet. But that'll be a future episode. And all in all, I've still got some work left to do here. Some cosmetic, some functional. I still want to add in the magic symbols in the walls, and those will all be glowing lightly. So it looks like the whole area is just being contained by the magic symbols, like they're binding in or warding the evil to be trapped within this area. And then I need to go up and finish all the cave lighting, and that will, or at least should, massively improve my productivity here. And I need to move the entrance right there. It's currently just a simple water elevator up to the surface. I'll probably end up making it a cave right here, going up to whatever structure I make up there. Or I might have it go off to the slime farm over that way. I haven't decided yet. Let's see. Oh, yes. The last thing is while I'm down here, I can't tell if it's nighttime or daytime, and I need to keep it as nighttime or it really messes, or sorry, I need it to be daytime or it messes up the spawning rates because mobs can spawn up on the surface. So right now you can see it's daytime, but I can't tell when it becomes night. So what I want to do is over on that wall over there, I want to put a light in the floor, or a light in the wall, rigged up to a daylight sensor. And that way there, while I'm standing here and I'm swinging and killing all the drown, I can just see across there and say, hey, that light's on, it's time to sleep, and just turn around and try to sleep. Or go to sleep. And that will make sure that it's always night or always daytime up there, and that no mobs can spawn on the surface. And between that and cave lighting, I'll be able to control all of the mob spawning potential to be only in this area. So, all in all, I'm happy with the farm, but I'm not happy because my trident dropping is... I should have way more tridents than this. So, it's not producing very well for me. And part of that's because I don't have the cave lighting, so it's affecting my spawn rates. But I think the other part of that might be the looting of my sword just has been having bad luck. But there's also a third possibility. When ilmango made his video about this, he made it in one of the snapshots for Update Aquatic. And those snapshots might have had a different spawn rate, or they might have had a different trident drop rate. But he was getting about 10 tridents per hour. And I have been at this for like 7 hours, and I've only got 11 tridents total. You know, from the farm, not counting these two. So, yeah, the drop rate should be a whole lot better than this. But as you can see, quite a few drown have come over, and not a single one is holding a trident. And that last group of drown that I just took out, only one of those had a trident. Oh, and there goes my night vision. We're about to go back to you not being able to see anything. But that's okay. That's gonna be timed well. All in all, this project has been a lot of work, and I've learned a lot. And while I'm not happy with the trident drop rate, I am happy with having the ability to just come here and pick up some more tridents fairly easily. And I don't have to worry about freaking out if I lose all my stuff when I die. And really, that's the big goal of having a trident farm. It's just that I don't have to rage quit. I can come back and replace all my stuff. So, I've learned a lot, and I've still got a lot of work left to do, but I am out of time for this episode. So, until I see you next time, have fun gaming.